I'm Jess Dammers from BoardGameGeek TV, and I am here with Moritz Brunhofer.
Right.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Okay. And Greg Daigle. And we're going to talk about Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah.
I've never been to Hawaii. I don't know, have you guys been?
My honeymoon.
Sadly not.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You've not been? I hear it's hot or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yes. All
Like
right.
the game.
Take it away.
You want to start with the basics?
Sure, why not? Okay, well the basic premise for the game here is that each of us is a chief on the island of Hawaii, and what we're trying to do is accumulate these tiles and these boats and different items here that will help enhance our villages. So that's kind of our goal, is we want to have the best village by the end of the game.
Okay.
And so that's done really in a couple of ways. We have a couple of resources that we use to acquire these tiles. One would be the feet, which we have here behind our...
Okay.
And these feet are used for movement. So this would be a 5 foot, so for 5 movement, and this is a 1
Are my feet wearing
foot.
cleats?
Should I explain the rules or
Sure.
the basics?
Sure, go for it.
We have the name is Hawaii, as we already told, and it's for 2 to 5 players. It will last about 90 minutes, maybe in the first time a bit longer. The theme is Hawaii.
Is Hawaii.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The main mechanism is quite simple. Greg just told us what we are trying to build in some villages. We're doing it by moving our pawns our meeples on this island. And every place here you see, the whole places are 1 step. 1, 2, 3 steps. Very simple, means I have to pay 3 feet.
Oh.
5 feet, I get 2 back.
You actually, this is a currency.
It's a currency.
It is.
So
This is morbid.
You need your feet to move.
It's your movement power.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isn't that logic?
All right,
So,
that makes sense.
and if you are on a place here, you can choose one of these tiles. Normally you will always take the red one, if you can. It's the same. You have to pay what the number says, in this case 4. Yeah? And
Okay.
you pay in shells.
Oh, okay.
But there, get 1 back. After I paid this piece here, I can choose 1 tile. There's only 1, so I have to take this. I'll take this in my hut here, in my
Look
village.
at that.
So, and then the next one, the yellow player's turn. It's yours.
Okay, so let's just say I were really interested in a boat.
Yeah.
I would move up to here, and I would pay my 1 foot for moving, and then I would take this boat. Now this boat, I can choose 2 or the 4. I'm going to choose the 2, and I would pay 2 shells. But if I want, should I do that?
No.
Yep. If I want an enhanced boat, it happens to be improved pieces on the other side. I can always pay twice the cost that I would pay and take the better of the 2. So instead of paying 2, I would actually pay, take my change, I would pay a total of 4. And now I have an improved boat.
Okay.
Then it's your turn, and you don't want to move far away from the beach because the beach is always fun.
Yes.
So you decide to go fishing.
Okay.
For that you have boats, maybe, yeah? And the boats you have to place with feet, like the power you need, yeah? So here are some fishes that you can get for yourself. And so you give away 1 feet.
There goes my foot.
Your foot. Turn away your boat and then receive this tile here. That's
All
it.
right.
That's
It
how
just
you
stays
use boats.
here?
Yeah, it stays here.
Oh.
So then it's my turn and I decide to go back. I just moved there, but now moving there. I will do the same as Greg, taking a 2 tile, but paying with 4. Means I get the better one.
Okay.
I need 1 foot too, because I got from this place to this place. Giving back in the supply and taking 2 of these tikis. They are very useful to have my villages later on the game into the scoring. But we're now going into the deeper time of the game. I think generally the main mechanism is to move on the island here and to collect these beautiful tiles.
Okay.
You want to improve your village. And there's another option with your boat, and I think Greg can show you this.
Sure. So let's say I decided to visit the beach, because now I have some boat power over here.
Oh.
I could go to the beach, down to here, and moving to the beach doesn't cost me any foot movement.
Oh,
but
from anywhere on the board?
From anywhere on the board, yep. It would be free to get back down to the beach.
Cool.
But then if I wanted to do something like go visit an island, well, then I would need to pay the fee.
Okay.
So let's just say, for example, that I wanted to go to this island here. I would visit this island, it would cost me 3 feet. I have 2 boat options here. I'll take this one here, which comes already with a foot printed on it because I bought the better boat.
Nice.
So I would spend an extra 2 feet to get there. So I cash in my...
If you have a boat that exceeds the amount of feet needed, you can't get to the island, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So then I would use this boat, show that I've used it by turning it, and I would go and I would visit this island. And this island allows me to get victory points, which I would take then immediately. So I would score 2 victory points on the track.
Ah, oh, look at that. I didn't even see that score track.
Yep. And I would
That's
also
cool.
get the benefit of what's on the island, which would be 2 of these kahunas. So I would take them
2
from
what?
here, this space.
Kahunas? Kahunas?
Kahunas. They were the artisans, the craftspeople, the specialists. And I put them in my village just like this. I have to start at the top when I put them down, put the 2 here. This island is now out of play. I'll turn it here, and that's my turn.
Okay. Oh. When do more islands come up, or they don't?
At the end of the turn, they are moved to the side, and a new one is appearing.
That's Hawaii. New islands always appearing.
Yeah, right.
They
So
are going up and down.
That's right.
Some of them were destroyed.
That's
oh yeah. Anyway, so if you have a tiki on here, you get movement. You get extra money.
I got back here 1 foot because every time I place a tiki here, I have to start on the right. This one is printed, and then start from the right to the left. I always get back feet.
Why would you want to put tiki here if you don't get anything from it?
Because the tikis are not there for getting feet. That's only an extra.
Oh.
Let's switch a bit in the forward to the game. Maybe later on in the game. I already built
Quite the village you have there.
quite a few.
multiple villages.
Multiple villages.
Okay, so I see that currency on the fruit.
Yes, right.
Yeah, there's another currency. Maybe it's like this. Yeah, then maybe it's like this, yeah? At the end of the game, after 5 turns, we have a final scoring. Yeah, we're just doing it now. And you need the tikis to get your villages in the scoring. These both villages would be scored, but not this, because it's not in a line with my tikis.
Oh.
So I have to be careful to not only build villages with whatever I want, just to make sure they're inside the scale of my tikis.
All right, so each row is a village?
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Each
and
row.
you have to build them in order, or no, you have to build them down and then across?
No, you have to start, but you don't have to put the next tile here or the next tile here. You can build wherever you want.
Okay.
Going from up to down, only can build a new village with a hut on a tile. There's a hut,
That's the
so
only
this
conclusion,
tile
yeah.
could not build a new
That
village.
couldn't be a first,
Right,
okay.
can't
Cannot
build with
cannot
coconuts.
start with the fruit.
But you
yeah.
could put another hut down the road later?
Yeah, yeah.
You could,
You
yeah.
could make a city out of the village.
And then, so I see the one on top
Yeah.
is a victory point?
No, this is means the side of it. It's
Right.
you have always a better side on the back side.
Oh, that's just
why
telling you which side.
That's why you should bought sometimes for the double price.
Right, so there's a
backside to it.
one with a power, and then there's one with an upgraded power. The
Okay,
backside is the upgraded power.
I see. So there's a backside to all of these.
Yep.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
always
yeah.
get better.
So, what do the fruits do for you?
So I think we should go to the end of a turn. End of a turn is when everybody of us decided to place this pawn here on the
This
game
is an
player's
end of,
order.
This is the end of a round.
End of a round.
End of a round,
yeah.
That's kind of important. We can decide all whenever we want. Maybe Greg does. We already decided to end our turn. But
Okay.
Greg just wants to buy more, and then he can play maybe an hour if he likes. We'll
Jeez,
never do
Greg.
it.
Yeah,
What was the
will not
game?
happen because you have not
Not
enough
that much
resources.
stuff. Right, exactly.
So and then he will place his pawn here, and then we are all finished. Yeah.
Okay.
This means we change the order for the next game. So now you're the second in charge, and me is the third.
Oh, okay.
We have a number then here. So you see, we collected a few of these tiles. Yeah. So maybe like this or this. So we collected a few of these tiles, and then at the end of a turn we have a number here. In this case, it's a 9, and we try to reach this number. All of us.
Individually or together?
All of us.
Individually,
Individually.
Oh, individually.
Yeah.
So I have 9, 11 here. You have 10 plus your fish.
Oh,
That's where the
13.
fish come in. Yeah.
nice.
So and you have only 8. Oh.
I'm sad. My villagers are not happy with me.
No.
No, definitely
No, they
not.
don't- they don't like
only
me.
build specialists.
That's right.
Specialists in boats. That's
That's it.
not enough.
Kahunas, but
No, close, but
So, and then we see you have the most with 13, so you will score the points under the 1. You're the first, you're scoring 8 points.
Oh, okay.
I'm the second, scoring 5 points. And sadly, Greg is not with us, so he scores nothing. Yeah.
I would have scored 2, but
Yeah.
it wasn't quite good enough.
And that gets that gets moved away.
Yeah, then we will get more resources after every turn. We get
Oh,
supply.
okay.
So every one of us gets 10 shells and 6 feet.
Right.
Plus things you have in your village. I have one more shell here, so I will receive 11 while you only receive 10. So could improve my supply.
Right.
After that, after getting the supply, it's gone away. We will rearrange these tiles on the board, and then a new turn starts. And that's also a very important mechanism. Every time, every turn, we start building the prices here, and they are played here. Always, if there's a free spot, always one tile, and then we draw another out of the sack. 5, it's okay. It's not more than 9 together. If we have a 4 here, maybe where's the 6?
There's a 6.
There's a 6. Yeah. Maybe draw a 6 out of the sack. We have 6 and 4 together is 10. So it's too much, and we get a fish here.
Oh, okay.
So that means not all of the places are filled with price tiles, or either are available in this turn. So I have to build my strategy very flexible to make sure I can handle my strategy without the one tile I need.
Right, it gets risky, exactly. I mean, because it might cost 2 this round and then 5 next round. You just never know what to predict.
I think there are a few more details we can explain all here.
Yeah.
Of course, every tile has its own function and works together with another one and so on. And
Yeah,
you can combine a lot.
Yeah, I mean, one of the key or interesting things that's going on is that the king supplements us as chiefs. That's what this income is. But this income decreases each round, so the next time you'll get fewer and fewer, but the villagers are more demanding. So that threshold to be successful becomes higher while the king gives you even less. So you have to be building up here or figure out different ways that you can make them happy, and that gets to be challenging.
So of course these tiles seem to be very good where you can get extra supply.
Right.
But there are a few more ways to handle this.
Right.
So there are a few different things you get. There are things inside where you get points during the game. Then at the end of the turn you have here. Then in the final scoring you get points, victory points, and so you're always there are different types to score.
Yeah.
And so the way that the tikis affected the village this way, do the kahunas affect?
It's a two-pronged approach. You have to reach the tiki in order to score the village, but in addition you have to have a kahuna in that village in order to score the village. So there's 2 ways. It has to be long enough, in other words it has to reach the tiki, but without a kahuna this village will not score at the end of the game. So this village will now score. Whereas this one, which is plenty long, has no kahuna, so it won't score at the end of the game.
Wow.
And in this case, The first top will score, but not this because it's not in the line with the tikis.
So the only the areas that are okay. So
Yeah, there are two things you
aspects,
need,
really.
two aspects you need
Yeah.
to score your villages. One is the tikis. That means generally all the villages that are not in the line with the last tiki. So, for example, if I had this,
right.
all my villages will be in the scoring.
Oh.
With this,
Okay.
also all. If I don't have this tile here, in this
Right.
case, these two villages will be scoring, not this.
That one's too short.
It's too short.
Oh.
go inside
oh,
the-
I see. So if you don't build tikis, you have to build longer and
Right.
Long
farther.
villages,
Exactly.
I get it now. Okay. Interesting. And then when you use your boat, is it you don't get it back once it's been used?
The next round you get it.
Oh,
You just
okay.
kind of turn it so
You
that
just
you know
turn
you've
it so you
used
knew
it.
that this round you
Exactly.
Gone, it's on the sea, you know.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
on
it's out
he's on a
doing
voyage. He'll be
things.
back next time.
Okay. All right.
So you have basically two main strategies. That the one says a lot of a lot of villages get all in the row and in the scoring, and the other one says I built up to two very long villages.
Okay.
Even they sometimes even get longer than this table. So if you get all the tiles inside, and so you score with multiple mechanisms, and so definitely a game for gamers.
Yeah, there's a lot of components to it, but
Yeah.
I feel like once you've played it through a few times, then it really starts to become a really cool game because
think
as you
you're-
understand it more
Yeah,
and more,
sure. You need
the
one,
better you get.
You need one time to
Just kind of
understand
grasp
the game.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
But-
think after one time it's running very smooth. you
Yeah,
know?
it looks like it would be really rewarding if you take the time to learn it and play it, and once you really know it, there's a lot of different strategies that I can see that you could use. And then one last question: what is this card or tile?
That's a bonus tile at the end of the game.
Okay, so it
so-
doesn't really benefit you.
At the end of the game, it would. You'd get
Aside from-
you'd get victory points based on the number of different foods you had in that village. So, if I had this in my village, for each different kind of food I had in this village, I would score victory points. Up to 10 if I had all 4 different kinds.
Okay.
And that's another restriction you have too when you're placing, is that you cannot repeat a tile in a village.
Really?
Right. So if I have this pond in this village, I can't put another one in the village.
Wow. It's very cool. It's very complex, but I think it's very interesting.
So it's a very smooth mechanism because it's very simple. You just move on these bases and buy. That's very simple. That's the basic mechanism of the
Right.
game. But it gets complex. So you could play this with your family. This just buying anything, yeah. But it gets more complicated, or not complicated, more complex if you start to try to useful combine your things.
Right.
How can I use this at this moment, or maybe later on, and so on.
Oh, sorry, we're distracted by the red thing.
It's funny, yeah. From Monsterfalle.
So anyway, well, very cool. I like it. It's very interesting.
Thanks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
thanks.
I especially like the shells and the feet with the cleats. Like
That's
they're
right.
wearing
They're
cleats.
ready to run.
Yes.
You know
Oh.
Pantheon?
Pantheon?
So they're the feet
Yeah.
from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Appreciate it.